Hey Facebook, happy Sunday. As promised, I am back and I'm going to make the I'm going to make the Drunken Noodles from this week's meal plan. I keep calling them the Dan noodles, which is another really popular recipe. Hi Instagram. This is so fun having the two cameras. All right, so as I was saying, I'm getting ready to make the Drunken Noodles. I'm like drunk talking about it. I'm going to make the Drunken Noodles from this week's meal plan, which if you're watching later is the August 16th meal plan. And I love these Drunken Noodles because they're so fast, they're so easy, they're so simple, you can throw them together. I'm actually making them right now because we have to go out later and so dinner has to be made now because we have to come home and eat right away. So anyway, let's get started. Instagram. So I did start boiling my water before I began recording just to make this a little faster. Instagram, I'll show you in a bit. So the first thing I need to do is to mince up some garlic and ginger. And so I'm going to use my handy food processor because I'm feeling lazy this Sunday and also because why not? Why not put my tools to use? All right. And I told you guys on a previous video this week, I don't even peel it. Don't even bother. No peeling here. I'm extra lazy. And hi Facebook. Oh, thanks for the love. For those who are just tuning in, I am making the Drunken Noodles. So, and I'm getting ready to put all of my garlic and ginger into my food processor. Oh, Instagram just does not want to play today. We'll try it again. Oh, hi! Oh, great. Maggie says she has ginger and garlic, so you can make this with me. All right. How fast was that? Like 20 seconds? I could never mince that fast. So now that this is all there, oh, let me put my pasta in. Duh. That's why I started the water boiling first, so you guys don't have to stand around and watch my pasta boil. So I am putting my pasta in. I'm actually using spaghetti because I just use whatever noodles I have, but if you have a more Asian-like noodle, you could. There we go. Oh, one broke. All right, so my noodles are in. And now on my skillet, I'm transferring over my garlic and ginger. All the pugs are at my feet. All the pugs. How's everybody's Sunday going? I hope you guys are having a beautiful Sunday. Okay, so here we are. That's it. Ginger, okay. Put that aside. I already have my water on demand today. I was prepared. So we're just going to start sauteing that really quickly while I push my pasta into the water. Go down. Go. Go, pasta, go. All right, so while that's going, I'm going to get all of my other ingredients ready, which is broccoli. I bought frozen. So I'm just going to open my bag a little bit here. And I have some of the cherry tomatoes ready. Cabbage, going to open that up. And I'm actually doing the slimming option. If you guys aren't familiar, we have a new slimming option for people looking to lose weight. It just makes it a little easier. It's based on the research from my podcast, which, speaking of which, episode 3 dropped today, and it's one of my favorites ever, but maybe the favorite of even this season. So definitely listen to the Shortcut Slim podcast today. But anyway, so the slimming option is for people who are looking to lose a little bit more weight, a little bit faster. It's sort of like for more volume, less processed, great for weight loss. And anyway, so I'm doing the slimming option with this recipe. Partially because I like the slimming options, but also because the regular recipe calls for peanuts, and my husband doesn't always do so well with nuts. All right. So that means I'm adding edamame. The soy-free variation is peas. Come on back to me, Facebook. All right, so opening everything up, getting all of my rubber bands off. A quick little hack here is if you have a big pasta pot, you can usually put all the vegetables right in with the pasta at the end and cook it, and it saves dirtying up a pot. You just have to wait a little bit longer, and so today I'm pressed for time, so I'm doing the 2-pot method, but that is a cheat for those 1-pot wonders. So now that my garlic and ginger is all nice and cooked, I can add my broccoli, and since the recipe calls for 6 ounces, and this is 16. I know it's a little less than half the bag, but, you know, a little more or less broccoli isn't a big deal. Oh, and see, I just realized these are huge, huge florets, so I'm going to cut them real quick. Move you guys back a bit. Slide down. So like I said, these were really big florets, huge. Like, look how big this is. So I'm just going to chop them to make them a little bit more manageable. A little bit big. Yeah, see, these are just too big. Like, you can't put that in your mouth. All right, so I'm just chopping these up real quick. For everyone who's just tuning in, I am making the Drunken Noodles from this week's meal plan, which is the August 16th meal plan. I actually learned this recipe at a really amazing restaurant in Vegas, so that was super fun. I love getting inspiration from all over the place. Okay, so now that my broccoli is a little bit more manageable, don't want to leave anything behind. I also need to add my tomatoes, and this is the same thing. The recipe for the tomatoes calls for 5 ounces of cherry tomatoes, and because this is 16, I know that that's about 1/3 of the container, so it just makes it really easy to kind of eyeball. Plus, like I said, 1 or 2 extra tomatoes isn't the end of the world. So all that's going. I'm going to add a little bit more of my water so everything doesn't burn, and then put that right back up. Put that top on, check on my pasta, see how that's going. I can tell it's not quite ready yet, but that's all right. Put the top back on. Let's see, what else do I need? I know I need to add the shredded cabbage. Now I can make my sauce. So the sauce requires soy sauce. Gonna measure that. And if you can't have soy sauce, coconut aminos works great. This is basically, this sauce is like my cheater teriyaki. My cheater teriyaki is like basically equal parts sweetener and like a soy sauce. And this recipe calls for brown sugar, but I'm all out, so I'm actually just going to use a little bit regular sugar, no big deal. Right. And then my favorite whisk in the world is a fork. So I'm just going to whisk that together. There we go. I'm going to add a little bit of sriracha because I like a little heat in my dishes. All right. So my sauce is done. So now all I'm doing is basically waiting for my veggies to cook and my pasta to cook, and then I mix them all together and I'm done. That was it. It was that simple, that fast, that easy. Oh, I do still need to add my cabbage, and I'll show you a really great trick there. So once these vegetables are cooked to my liking or your liking if you're making it at home, which I like mine still pretty crisp. So once they reach that, what I do is I take my cabbage, and it calls for 2 cups, which I take as 2 hands, and I'm just going to throw it in here like so. Oh, I always take these really big pieces out because nobody wants to eat those except my salad or my garden, but not in a noodle dish. So let me pull out these big pieces. So another handful here. Oh, come back to me, Facebook. And so now that's like, you can see I just put it on the top. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my tongs. And if you don't have tongs, you can use like 2 spoons or something. Oh, you guys can't see. So I just added my cabbage on top. Can you guys see Mateus? He's like always in the way. So I added my cabbage on top, and I'm just going to use my tongs to sort of incorporate it and mix it. And again, this is just to cook the cabbage down as much as I personally like it, or you personally like it. And so I like it to be pretty crunchy still, but slightly soft, so it's about a minute or 2. I'm just working it in. You can see it's starting to cook down and become less and less. You can see how it's really starting to soften in. And that's basically, this is the point where I stop because I don't like it to be too cooked. But again, personal preference on how soft you like your vegetables. And so now I'm just going to turn the heat off of this. And now I'm just waiting for my pasta. And once my pasta's done, I'll mix it all together with my sauce, and voila, dinner is served. So let me see how this is doing. Oh, this feels like it might be done. And I'm using a gluten-free pasta, which sometimes takes a little bit longer than white, but it's, you know, all relative. Nope, not done yet. But that's okay. While it's cooking, I can clean up a little bit and talk to you guys. So now I'm just waiting for my pasta to be done. So I'm just going to clean up after myself and talk to you guys. And then that's it. That's it. I'm all done. So, oh, I do still need to add my edamame. So let me do that real quick. So as I mentioned, I'm not using peanuts. I'm doing edamame. So I'm just, look, it's like frozen in a big chunk. So I'm just going to add my edamame here. And it'll heat it up because it's still nice and warm. There we are. A little bit more. Breaking it up. We'll save that big piece. So that's cool. As I mentioned, you could put all of your vegetables in with your pasta in the last 2 minutes before it's done cooking, and that works really great too, is really keeping it one pot. I was pressed for time, and this method's a little bit faster, all thanks to the loves and hearts. So I'm just cleaning up right now because I'm waiting on my pasta. That's all that's left is my pasta. I wish it would hurry up. Why haven't they made the minute pasta? I always say that, and but it's easy because now I get to skip the annoying part of cleaning up afterwards. I get to be done. Alrighty. Also, I got the most, where is it? Look at how tall these, I got these at the farmer's market today. Isn't this crazy? Look how much greens there is here. It's so long. I'm really excited. I don't know, I'm going to make something fancy with them with like the stem still on, I think. I couldn't, normally I don't buy things at the farmer's market like on a whim without a plan, but we always eat carrots and I just had to have those. I'm going to like roast them or something now that it's getting cooler so I can put all my ingredients away. So this is the good side to waiting for pasta to be done. But really, this recipe would be 5 minutes if I didn't have to wait for the pasta, which is why I love Meal Mentor recipes so much, is because they are so fast. All right. So, someone else said there are puppies in the same spot. Literally, this is what I'm dealing with. Can you see him? He's right there. I have another one. I don't know if you can see her because she's dark, but I have another one right there. They're always... And you know what the funny thing about these dogs is they actually just look at the floor. They don't even look up at me. They just look at the floor because they know inevitably something is going to fall. Like, I guess that means I'm a messy cook. But anyway, I'll let you guys watch the pasta cook while I put some stuff away. One other thing that I will do when I'm cooking at the end of the week is I'll look to see if I have anything left over in my fridge that I can put into a dish, and I just did that and found that I have this like last green onion. So I'm going to chop this guy up and put it in with the noodles so it doesn't get wasted. That's one of my cleanup steps, is to see like, oh, is there anything else I can add to this? So that's a really good, it's a good way to do it. But I think we're done. I think I'm going to be finally able to like toss this all together. See? Oh, it's so hot. There we are. Yep, that's perfect. So let me grab my pot over here. So my pasta's all nice and done, so I can add it in with the rest of the vegetables. And we already have our sauce that we made, so I can just add that. And now the only thing left is to just mix it all together, which my tongs would come in really handy here. And the nice thing about this sauce is if you decide that you do want more, it's no big deal. You can just mix it around until you have more. And there you go. All done. Dinner is finished. Super exciting. Woo! So now we can go out. We're going to a pug fundraiser. It's a bingo. And we have to come home right at like 7:30. We're going to be starved, but now we'll have food. So thanks for joining me. I made the Drunken Noodles from this week's meal plan, which is the August 16th meal plan. It's a super easy, super fast. The worst part is waiting for the pasta to cook. Thanks so much for joining me again. I hope you're having a beautiful Saturday. Go do some grocery shopping, go outside, cook some meals, hopefully from Meal Mentor. And I'll see you guys in a few days when the new meal plan comes out on Wednesday.